based on the people that come here in the Philippines, the people that you interact with. What do they want? They want to go to the United States. They come here in the Philippines. Why? Because they learn English, and I think because if they stay in Korea, just like what we get from feedback from people from the US coming to Korea teaching English and so on and so forth, I think that it's a lot cheaper here in the Philippines to learn English, and I think there would be a certain level of bias because you have to pay so much for the education in Korea, and then you come here in the Philippines, the teachers, we got foreign students. So we don't have to be too strict, right? Because we want more foreign students here, and so we'll give them higher scores, higher marks, and using that higher marks, they could go to the United States because they could show that well, we got high marks here, and the school that we went to is a Jesuit school, it's a Christian school, whatever school that may be. That the United States would be able to at least somehow recognize, and that way they get to go to the U.S., right? So in that sense, they're still definitely pushing forward with that sort of idea, and it's interesting also why they'd want to go in that direction, right? And if we read textbooks, at least I think from the ones that I can remember from school, from college, and maybe there are some parts that have been changed. But I think in general, the idea here is that based on reports, the problem was definitely because I think there was a conflict between the U.S. and China, and it turns out that well, sometimes we want to hit China, but we hit Korea. Okay, so because of that, there are those who are not particularly in favor of the U.S. But in the end, I think that um, all in all, it looks like we are gonna get more support from the U.S. Afterwards, right? Because it looks like a lot of people have this impression that well, if they're supposed to be targeting China, why are they targeting us, right? So it looks like they made a mistake. And so because of that, okay, sorry, what we'll do is we'll help you. We'll get you to the United States so that you can take more of our classes there and see how we do things, right? And actually, if you think about it, um, why would you go to another country to learn stuff when they just bombed this part of Korea, right? And so, in the end, I think it's also because well, where are we gonna go? It looks like if you go to Japan, we also have this history about people going a little bit. I think the terminology, if we remember some of the things that we can hear about the wavelength, there's a difference with the wavelength in the sense that you hear all these things and there's social pressure and are you Korean, are you Japanese, why are you following the rules of Japan if you're Korean, and so on and so forth, right? So in the end, it's so much simpler to say that, well, I got money. Doesn't matter if I'm Korean. If I got money, I can live wherever I want, right? All these rights that you're talking about, I got money. It's so much simpler that way, right? So it seems like that has been the general position against people saying, "Are you a citizen of this country? Are you paying any of these things that are required from our citizens?" And we don't care whether you have a lot of money or not. We want to know if you are classified to be a citizen in this country and so forth, right? So that I think has been the usual trend, the usual pattern that we see